So I got an early start here after dropping the wife off at her work. Luckily for me, I'm off, and luckily for her. So I've driven up to Balheader, next to Loch Voil, which Loch Voil you can see over there. I'm about to launch on the upper stretch of the river Balvaig, which runs between Loch Voil and Loch Lubnaig. I've paddled the Balvaig once before, about 10 years ago, in a canoe with a few others. Apart from that, I've never actually launched here before, but we did launch at this exact same spot. So let's see, I'll be launching onto the Balvaig, which is this river behind me now. And wait for the traffic to go past. Instead of going in that direction, which is towards Loch Lubnaig, I'll be going upstream, up towards the Loch Voil, and beyond that, Loch Doine is the plan. Zen and the art of sit-on-top kayaking. Got a breath of wind, and then literally it feels like I'm paddling across a mirror. I know the scene behind me has got the wake from the kayak, but in front it's very slightly wrinkled glass with the hills on either side reflected beautifully. And it does almost feel like you're flying. Here you've got as much altitude below you as you do above. You can see the clouds below your keel. And look down to the hilltops. I don't know what it is about reflective water that is so much more beautiful than the scenery above it. I mean, you're looking at the same hills, right? Only in reverse. So what is it about them being reflected in the water that makes them suddenly an order of magnitude more beautiful? Not that they aren't already, but it's just that extra level. It doesn't make any sense. Maybe we've evolved as Homo sapiens to look ahead and downwards. You know, we're looking for prey and threats and being hunter-gatherers for most of our evolutionary time period, looking for things to eat on the ground. We're less used to looking upwards. So maybe having the hills that are above us reflected downwards into our more usual direction of vision has an effect. The beauty of kayaks and canoes is there's such shallow draft. You can literally, in theory, paddle in 6 inches of water. However, sooner or later, even your kayak will run aground. And you just get out and pick it up. So I'm paddling extremely shallow paddle strokes here because the water is about a blade deep or less. So let's see if I can make it through this side here. And see if I can make it all the way to Loch Doine. So I've got my Crocs back on because reaching the end of the channel, just before Loch Doine, I've got a shallow, almost like natural weir here. This appears to be an island, and I think it's the same on the far side. I'll check that out, but it may be I've got to dismount, is that the word? And carry the boat over, but we'll see. But we'll see if we can get around this side, otherwise we're going to be poking out briefly. Looks the same, I don't know if there's a deeper bit I can squeeze through. I don't think so. Yeah. Okay. Fisherman up there, I'll give him a wide berth. Push him to deeper water. There we go. So that's me, I've now reached the end of Loch Doine, which does go into another river up to the next loch. I can't remember offhand which one that is. As you can see, it's been a bit warm for my long sleeve merino top that I was wearing, so apologies for bearing that. We tend to forget when we're paddling this warmer weather that your buoyancy aid is effectively like a warm, thick body warmer. So I'm going to paddle back up Loch Doine shortly, through the channel back into Loch Voil, which takes about 5 minutes paddling once I've reached the channel. Loch Doine itself took about 20 minutes to paddle the length of. Though I do have a light breeze against me now, but that's shouldn't be any real issue. Yeah, that's the wind that I'm feeling here. And then I'm going to pull up on a beach and get some coffee and some lunch. Right, so back on Loch Voil, I've stopped at a little wee beach on the south side of the loch just because it's quieter. And I should have recorded the excitement of the volcano stove, the wee gilly stove, but I took a few pictures. The setup basically is this little wood burning stove here. Works really well with a with dry wood, which I found is essential, and also a fire lighter or something just to start it all. See if that works. So it's basically used to boil up water. So with that and my good old AeroPress, I've managed to get some nice decent coffee, which is fantastic after you have been in the water. And our gourmet delight says it does just boil water, so I had a choice between noodles or couscous, so we're on sun-dried tomato couscous, but it's hot, so nice. Weather's cooled down a wee bit. It was forecast to cloud over, and it has done. The wind's actually reversed, so a slight easterly wind has picked up. Nope, westerly wind, which is actually in my benefit, because that means I'm going to have a fallen wind going back the remaining 4 miles or so down the length of Loch Voil back to my launch point.